Okay, well, hello, my name is Brittany Porter. I am a energy healer and a mindset coach. Today we are going to be doing some Reiki and some light language to help release fear, abandonment, shame, and guilt. So those are two things that, or not two things, a bunch of things that I have been working on today myself. Today has been a very deep shadow work integration day, working with my inner child. I think it might be the new moon, or, you know, just time to get to that layer of healing. And happy new moon to everybody that's watching this live right now. For anybody that is watching this on YouTube later, I'm doing a TikTok live, and the people I'm talking to is in the comments. So I wanted to come on and help other people through this, since it's something that I am viscerally experiencing today. So if you're holding on to any of those things, we're going to be working with, like I said, Reiki and light language, crystals, some cleansing and clearing practices, affirmations. You have willpower over your own energy body, so whatever feels good, take that. Use your intuition and your discernment. If something doesn't, don't take that. That is okay. If you're just here for the ASMR, that's okay too, or the vibes, right? But if you want the Reiki and light language, you can accept that and you will receive the healing. So one of the reasons that I have flowers on in the background, we're going to see a bunch of them. Flowers can help you heal your chakras, like especially big, bold, colorful flowers. You can ask them to help you heal, to harmonize, balance, like open, thrive with your chakras. You can get some from the grocery store if you want some, or if you have planted potted flowers, you can ask them too. Like I have an orchid, and she's helped me do a lot of work on my chakra system, and so I'm very appreciative of her. Her name is Celeste. But you can get some flowers for yourself too, or even put flowers on, like I have on my TV right now, in the background of your home, and they'll raise the frequency. They love doing that. And so you can call them, even etherically, you can even like envision flowers in your mind, or look at pictures of flowers and ask them like intentionally to help you heal your chakras. So if anybody has any questions or comments or anything, I'll be reading in the chat as we go along here. And so here we go. And if you follow me, it lets you know when I do these in the future. And if you're on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe, because it helps more people be able to enjoy as well. Okay, so this is Reiki incense. So this is great for cleansing and clearing. So if you are holding on to anything that is no longer serving you, mental thoughts, physical ailments, stress, anxiety, you can ask all the cleansing and clearing we're about to do to help take it from your system. It's 444, make a wish. Yes, everybody make a wish. Even if it's not 444 your time, time is not linear, so everybody make a wish. I'm gonna make a wish too. Okay. All right. Oh, thank you for that donation, Nicole. That was so sweet. I appreciate that very much. I am receiving that. Thank you. I almost let one of my self-limiting beliefs pop up there, because I was like, oh, you don't have to do that. We need to be in receiving mode, right? Like that's a big lesson that my guides have taught me. Like half of manifestation is receiving. Like, especially if you're trying to get some like big shmoney to come in, right? And you're not even letting people bless you right now with some, you know, whatever they have to give you, whether it's compliments, money, gifts, whatever. They're like, how are we supposed to bring it to you if you are in receiving mode? So thank you, Nicole, very much. I appreciate you. That was very sweet. Yeah, get the shmoney. That's actually, so today I have been working on self-limiting beliefs around money, actually. So my inner child still has a lot of work that we're doing that's like very deeply rooted in there from like childhood. And so that's where a lot of this like abandonment and shame and guilt are like wrapped around in this big old energy ball. And so if anybody is also working on letting go of like money self-limiting beliefs, I just made 2 videos, part 1 and part 2, on my main page on my TikTok. If you're on YouTube, it's Soulharmonymagic, and I talk about how to like detangle that. Okay. Hey Lori, hello. All right. right, so we're going to come in here with some sage. Okay, so Reiki and light language is great coupled with like subconscious mind work, right? Because this is helping us release things on an energetic level. When we have a lot of like pent up emotions or like stress and anxiety, what happens is it hardens and crystallizes in our body and in our chakras. And so Reiki and light language can come and help like break apart that on like a DNA cellular like level, right? We still have to do the subconscious mind work. So those two videos are about, like, that's equally as important. But what has like really helped me in my life is coupling like mindset, subconscious work with like energy healing. Like it hits on different levels. Hello. Oh, thank you, Lori. Thank you. And say, gorgeous queen. Mirror reflections. You as well. Hello. Hey, thank you. Thank you, Norse queen. Thank you. All right. And then we're going to come in with some Palo Santo here. Palo Santo, sage, and incense all have different like healing. Bless you. My puppy Daisy, speaking of flowers. They all have different healing frequencies. So that's why I like to blend them all in together, because different people like different things. Sending everyone love and healing, feeling May today. Okay, well maybe this will help. This will help bring some harmony, balance, and some peace. If that music is too loud, also if somebody will let me know. Sometimes I watch my replays and I was like, oh, that was kind of loud. Hey, Eliana. Hey. Good to see you again. Okay, so we've got some Florida water. Florida water is great for cleansing and clearing, and also for protecting your energy fields. So I'm gonna spray that over everybody. All right, so we are going to work on fear, like as a whole. We're gonna work on our lower 3 chakras and our heart chakra. So like our 4 lower chakras, because that is a lot of where like shame, guilt, and abandonment, those are where they're like housed within. And so those are the 4 that we're gonna be focusing on here. So we're going to come into our root chakra first. Okay, so most of our self-limiting beliefs that we have are like abandonment things, right? Those are housed in the roots. It goes back to like childhood, like most of the time. We can see, I'm gonna be talking in this one, okay? Oh, my ears are ringing. My spirit's like, okay, here we go. We about to go on a tangent. So childhood can also equate to subconscious. I think a lot of people like get those like, or they think that they're separate when a lot of times it's the same, because all of that stuff that we were like taught as children or like young adults, like that is where our subconscious is formed. Okay, so that's why a lot of times when we're trying to work through these things on an adult conscious level, it's like very difficult and takes a very long time, because we are not actually trying to heal the younger versions of us, and they're the ones that need the healing. Like you consciously, like let's take this one, like everyone always leaves me. Abandonment. Like that's something that I have dealt with like very heavily in my life, okay? So everyone always leaves me. Me now, this Brittany, knows that's not true, because I have so many people, like beautiful, beautiful souls. Many of you are in here right now that love and support me and that are here for me. If I needed to call anybody, like they would pick up immediately, right? Or like I just have so many people that love me and are there for me, like very solid relationships. But this morning when I went in to talk to my child, my inner child, she was like, we have people that leave us, always leave us. And I was like, girl, that's not the case anymore. Like we don't have those type of relationships. But in her mind, because she's a 5 or 6 year old child that literally experienced that along with my teenage versions and my young adult versions, they think that's still happening. Like they think that is a real time experience. And I have to go back in and say, that's not us anymore. Let me show you and teach you and be the support and the guide for you right now, because we're not in that space and time anymore. I am protecting us, I have got us. We do not have those type of relationships. Okay? We have to let go of that. And I love you. And thank you for protecting me. Right? But that's not your responsibility. We don't have to do that. So conscious Brittany knows that that's not true. Subconscious inner child Brittany doesn't realize that fully. So that's why we have to go back and heal them in order to heal us now, if that makes sense. Like, you have to go back in and go through those memories and feel all those feelings and help them like they are separate consciousness forms than you. They're you, okay, but they get caught in like these energetic timestamps where they're just reliving the same experience over and over and over and over again until you come back in. They're projecting all these things into your present now experience to protect you. That's why you're like, I don't understand why I can't work through this, because I have done so much shadow work and so much healing. You got to go back. And inner child healing is not something you can just do all like willy-nilly sometimes, right? Like, it takes time and like peeling back the layers to get to them, because they're scared, they're very hurt. Trauma is very scary, so you can't force them to do that. They will start coming up when they're ready and showing you those things. Like my inner child this morning, I know I'm going on a tangent right now, but my inner child this morning showed me memories that I haven't seen in a long time, but I wasn't ready to see them. I literally like was not in the energetic space or the mind capacity yet to see them. And so today was the day. And I was like, thank you so much. Thank you for showing me this. We're going to sit here and we're going to feel through all these emotions and all these things. And I am here for you. And I know this is going to like suck for a little while and it hurts, but we are going to get through this together. Right? And when I acknowledged her feelings and let her feel that with my current body, right, I felt really sad this morning, okay? And I was like bawling my eyes out, but she needed that. And then she needed me to back that up with, I'm here. We're not living in that space anymore. You coming with me into this new time reality. Okay? That's what we have to do to help them, right? When you're thinking of your subconscious, all this shadow work, subconscious work is your younger selves. Your past versions. It can even be you yesterday. Okay, but your subconscious typically is like all that stuff from teachers, parents, society, your friends, external things that have caused these things within you. The abandonment, the fear, the shame, the guilt. A gift that you can give to your younger version. I know I'm talking right now, but this is also a form of light language. When you tell them, this is not your fault. None of this is your fault. None of it. Because it's not. Babies are not born with self-limiting beliefs. They are not born with trauma. They are not born with any of these things. And you weren't either. They were literally imposed on you. Now, do you have like generational trauma in your system? Most of us do, right? And like that's a different live that we can do, but we have to tell our children like these things are not your fault. They're not my fault in the current time space reality either. Is it our responsibility to heal them? Yes, right? We can't just like sweep it under the rug. But it's not our fault. And do they change how we interact with the world? Absolutely, 1000%. They literally change out your perceptual lenses of how you interact with everyone and everything. Right? So it is important that we go back in and heal them, but it's not your fault. A lot of the experiences that we have, like we feel so guilty and shameful over like, why did I say this? Why did I do that? Because that's how you were taught to behave. Like you had examples of that in your external reality, and your parents or teachers or society have their own trauma projections that they're giving to you, right? Like one of them that I went through is money is the root of all evil. That was way ingrained into my subconscious and took me years to untangle. Not my fault. Now that we're talking about money. These beautiful ferns. That's not my fault. Is it my responsibility to heal? Yes. And help my inner child with. But it's not my fault. So all, like, if you really want to help your younger versions, is say, it's not your fault. And we're going to heal together. And I'm going to help you. Okay? Oh yes, my parents still say that. Yeah, that's a very generational trauma one that's like very deeply encoded in people, and then you back that up with capitalism and like other things, and that's a tough one to get through sometimes. If you are still working on that, Carrie, I was telling everybody I just put up 2 videos on my main page on my TikTok talking about how to untangle like money self-limiting beliefs. Okay, so now we're gonna get into the crystal healing. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. Hopefully that helps somebody. I always look for approval from everyone I love, and this is something I'm willing to hear. Yeah, people pleasing is a really serious thing. Like people pleasing, like I am a recovering people pleaser. I like did everything for everyone else to make them happy and like push down my happiness like for so many years, right? That's one of the things we're gonna work on today is boundaries. Holding boundaries. Okay, so this is black kyanite. So black kyanite helps us with our Earth Star chakra. It helps ground our root chakra even further. And so we're going to be asking to release fear and abandonment from our root chakra, feelings of abandonment. Like I have major abandonment issues that I've been working through like forever. Okay, so sometimes those things are like real deep in there. So we are right now helping our inner children release that, because that is typically the ones that experience that. Like me, I have pulled in a lot of people into my experience that have abandoned me, either emotionally or physically, because that's all I knew. It's a trauma response of like, oh, well, I know what that looks like and how to handle that and how to keep people at an arm's length, right? And not really let them in, because like it's just a behavioral cycle that we keep going, right? And so that spawned from childhood and seeing that in my outer reality. So right now we're going to ask all of our inner children to trust us. Okay, and with your permission, we're going to give them all a big etheric hug and say, we're here for you right now. We are here. Let go of those feelings of abandonment, because we are literally here with you right now. You are safe, you are loved, and you are protected. You can even say that in the chat if you want. It's an affirmation. You are safe, you are loved, and you are protected. So we're asking your inner children to kind of let down those walls for a minute so they can feel the love from us, okay? From everybody here. Everybody here is, I'm sure, experiencing the exact same thing in their life. So we're gonna ask them to let down the walls a little bit and let us give them some very special loving energy, okay? My heart just got so happy, I'm tearing up. Good. I can feel the resistance from some of them. And they're like, oh, I don't know. But this is a very safe space, okay? I am safe, I am loved, I am protected. And you can say that to your inner child inside. I am safe, or you are safe. You are safe, you are loved, you are protected. I'm speaking that over everyone's inner child. You are safe, you are loved, you are protected. And I'm going to be telling them that you, the older version, are the love and the support, the mother, the father, the coach, the friends that they needed. You are here for them right now, right? And all that fear that has been consuming them and making them feel scared and nervous and worried about the future, they can let go of that right now. We don't have to worry about any of that right now. We are in this beautiful healing space together, and they can relax. Okay? They can let go of that for now. Okay? And maybe you ask your inner child if there's something that would comfort them right now, right? Because this is like a little intense energy. You can say, hey, is there something that I can give you to comfort you? Maybe it's a stuffed animal. Maybe it's like a hug, right? Maybe it's like a treasure box. something that they can hold on to, okay? Maybe it's you. But you can ask them now, like, is there something that would make you feel comfortable, okay? And what we're doing is we're creating a consciousness anchor in your system. So when they start to feel scared and abandonment come on, and they start to feel like, oh, does anybody love me? I'm scared. People are going to leave me, or like worried about whatever it is. When you feel that come on and you're adult now, you can go back in and say, hey, remember, like, I'm here, give me a hug, here's your teddy bear, here's your treasure box, here's what you need to help you feel safe, okay, and I'm here. I gave mine a little pink crystal to hold on to remember this. Yay! If anybody watches those videos later, my inner child has a white bunny named Pinky that she has if she ever starts feeling those feelings of like abandonment or fear about money start to come up. So if she feels that, I'm like, hey, remember, Pinky's in here. And I'm here too. Okay, so we're going to be sending some love energy and feelings of safety and security to your inner children, okay? So if you want to accept that, you can say accept. You can ask them to, because they're their own consciousness forms. You can say, hey, is it okay if we feel all this love energy, okay? And when we're speaking to our inner children, we got to remember that they're little people. Even if they're your inner teenager, you have to speak to them like they're younger, right? Oh, good. My inner child accepts. Good, good, good. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. Sherry, thank you. She said, I just adore your soul. Thank you. My inner child is very happy right now. She's been very present all day long, helping me through these things as well. And she's like really excited to connect with everybody else's inner child. So building a relationship with our inner children or teenagers, like I said, like it can be literally any of our past versions, even you as a young adult, right? It's really important when we start doing like trauma work and shadow work with them and going through those like deeper, like darker memories, right? To reprogram our subconscious. It's important that we do fun things with them. Like little children don't like to do trauma work. Okay, so instead of just like bulldozing right in there, let's ask them like, what's something fun that you like to do, and start there. Like coloring, blowing bubbles, jumping in puddles. What you're doing is you are building trust with the younger versions. You're telling them like, hey, I am a safe space. I am a person that loves you very much and I want to spend time with you and get to know you, right? And so when you're ready to start talking about those things, I'm here, right? Hopscotch, yes. Ooh, hopscotch, that's a good one. You can even do that, like make one with like chalk outside if you don't have like a hopscotch little thing near you. Okay, so we are going to be coming in with Moonkite Jasper. So this is really good for your root chakra, for helping you feel grounded. So if any of your inner children are kind of feeling that anxiety, like you feel like they're just like, right? This is going to come in and help them feel more at peace, okay? And because a lot of our self-limiting beliefs are in our root chakra, like spawn there, an affirmation that we can say is, I release my fear. I release my fear. Remember the ankle skip rope thing? Those are great. Yes. I used to crack my ankles all the time on those things. What is it called? I was trying, is it a skip it? I think it's called skip it. I release my fear. You can etherically do things with your children too. I think people like forget that. Is that like if you don't have accessibility to do something, do it with them in the ethers. Like, you want to build a castle in the sky? Let's do that, right? They want to spend time with you. Okay? Anything, you can do anything up there. I totally 100% remember that. So nostalgic. Yeah. Skip it. Super cute. Oh, thank you for the follows. Thank you. Okay. So we're gonna come in with some cleansing and clearing here. Hey V, oh my gosh. V, I must have felt you come in. I didn't see you come in, and then I was talking about things that you can do with your children up in the ethers, and I was like, you can build a castle with your inner children in the sky. And now you're here. I must have heard your inner child come in. She definitely like planted that up there. Okay. She just asked for me to do our hair, so I'm doing 2 side ponies. Oh, I love that. I love that. If you like having your hair played with, like even like an adult, that's very soothing for you and your inner child. Like it's a form of like self-care and self-love. You can like etherically do their hair, right? And just envision that you're like, whatever you want to do. But that's a beautiful way to connect and help them like de-stress if they're feeling anxious, right? We're getting a new Dragon Tarot deck too, courtesy of Little V. Oh, yay! I'm so excited for you, her and the dragons. I love that. See, and that's a beautiful way to like gift your inner children with things. Like I got, oh, you know what? Everybody like hold on a second and then I'll go grab what I got my inner child. Hold on. Oh no, mild water. Let me move my cards here. Okay, so this is Lola. Okay, this is also a headband. So I was at the store and I saw Lola there and I was like, ooh, I want that. And I was like, oh no, like I could use that money for something else, right? And my inner child was like, please get that for me. Like, please get that for me. And I said, okay, we're gonna get her. And so we brought her home, and like seeing her inside, oh my gosh, I have so many Care Bears growing up. Yes. So seeing her in my home reminds me to connect with my inner child, right? But it also brings my inner child a lot of happiness and joy, and like I love that for her. Like, yes. I want you to feel happy and joyful, right? And she's also like a wish bearer, so that like that reminds me too, like, hey, let's always keep, you know, like visioning like our dream reality, our dream state, okay? And so sometimes like when I'm connecting with my inner child, like watching a movie, like Disney movie, like I'll go get Lola and like snuggle with her, right? And it's me in my physical body letting, or me now currently letting my inner child use my physical body to like hug Lola, right? So that's what we can do for our inner children, is help them and give them like gifts and things for them, right? And thank you, Lola, for coming in. Let's see. My inner child stuffed animal is also Lola. Oh, that's so sweet. I love that beautiful sink. My 9-year-old child was already in the metaphysical store, so I buy her beautiful crystals. I love that. I've got some crystals too for my inner child that's like, ooh, I want that because it's pretty. So yeah. Okay, so with our inner children, sometimes experiencing and feeling emotions is really scary and intense, especially like anger or sadness or like that fear, right? And so when we are helping them process through these things, the best gift that we can give to them is to let them feel it through our body. Like my inner child came up today and she was like, I'm feeling very sad. And I said, okay, well, we're gonna feel that. We're gonna sit here, we're gonna feel it. And I was like crying my eyes out, pouring tears, okay? But if I had ignored her and said, oh, we don't have time for that, or I don't want to do that today, right? That's telling her that she's like not worthy of my time and energy. And it's going to come out in some other way, like weeks from now, days from now, right? Sometimes that doesn't seem correlated, but it is. It's your emotions like building up too much, and then it's like a dam breaking. Okay, so I sat with her and we just went through like all the sadness, and I felt it in my body. And I told her, when we're done, like when you're feeling better, I'm here to love and support you, but I'm gonna let you feel those things. Okay, so like if you're feeling angry or sad, or you know, whatever that feeling is for you, or hurt, let them feel it in your body and tell them, I'm here for you when you're done feeling that and when you feel better. And hold their hand while they do it. It's different than you being fully immersed in that emotion, right? It is allowing them, it's allowing you to kind of like break away as a consciousness form and like higher self. And say like, I got you, boo, I'm here. Okay, you can throw your tantrum or whatever you need to do or feel those feelings, and I got you. That's another way to build trust with them. Okay, but you gotta let them feel it, and you gotta let them feel it in your body. Sometimes it's not fun, but the more you do that, the easier it is to release those emotions. And all these like self-limiting beliefs and stuck in stagnant energy and like trauma, like feeling those emotions and like doing it from like a higher self level, that lets them release. Okay, yes, it's exactly like being your own spirit guide. Absolutely, yes. They've been waiting for you to do this. Like, have you ever had the, or let me know if anybody in the chat has ever had, like when you were younger and you were going through like trauma or like really heavy stuff, and you're like, somebody's coming back to get me, or somebody's coming to get me, somebody's going to save me. That's you right now. They literally felt you as the higher self in the future coming back now to do this stuff. And now you have the toolkit to be the higher self to them, right? And so be your younger self's higher self. Yes, I'm going to save myself. Love that. Yes. Okay, so we're going to work with Himalayan Salt. Himalayan Salt is a detoxifier. It also helps us process our emotions, like bring them to the forefront so that we can release them. So if you want to accept that, you can say, I accept. And then for the affirmation, we can say, I express my emotions. I express my emotions. I express my emotions. A lot of my childhood memories are blocked from trauma. I have to dig deep. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier, like inner child work or trauma healing, subconscious work works in layers because they're trying to protect us from things. Like they don't want us to re-experience them. So you got to like detangle a little bit at a time and not push them too intensely, and let them do it how they need to do it, right? That's why healing's a process. It's a journey. Okay, but they like block all that out because they either don't want to feel it or they don't want you to feel it now. They're like, oh no, I love you, I don't want you to feel that. I express my emotions. And we love our inner children for that. We thank them, but we have to teach them that's not the best coping mechanism. We gotta create a safe space for them to feel those things. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we are going to ask our inner children right now to release some of those emotions that they've been pinting up, that they have thought that is their personal responsibility to save you from or keep you from, right? Because they don't want you to experience those things, but we have to experience them in order to release them. So we're gonna ask your inner children like, hey, you can let go of those, and it's not your responsibility. It is not your responsibility to protect me from those things. I want you to release them, and I know it's scary, but I want you to release them so that we can move forward and feel more peace and harmony and balance and safety, right? And so you can ask your inner children if they want some of that releasing energy, okay? So you can ask them, and if they want to accept it, they can accept it. Oh, I love that affirmation. I create a safe environment for my inner children. Yes. That is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I had a horrific trauma memory come up for me last week. It's been rough. Oh, I'm so sorry. I I had that happen to me like 2 months ago, like extremely traumatic memory that came up that I didn't even know was there. And it was very intense. It was very scary for me and my inner child, especially because it just like popped up out of nowhere. But I did say thank you for showing me that. That them showing us those things means they trust you to show you that, and they're ready to heal. That's the reason it came up. If you want some help with that, let me know. You can reach out to me. There's links in my bio, and I can help you do some processing on that if you need some like extra help. Glad I found you here today. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I think my like inner child like heard the call of other people's inner children. She's like, let's help other people feel great today and heal like we're doing. Thank you. I do need help with it. Yeah. My website's up there, and I offer one-on-one sessions. If you need help processing, that's something that I specialize in, trauma healing, and working with inner children and helping you heal those things. I do spiritual energy work, but I also have a background in psychology. So that's why I tell people it's really important to do mindset work with your subconscious and energy healing. I've tried to do one without the other. And this is my personal experience, it takes a lot longer and is a much more harrowing process to do. Lori, that might be if you're feeling kind of off today. It is a new moon for everybody watching this live. And so a lot of people's like emotions are going to be being brought to the surface, and things that are like no longer serving you and that you need to release. That's probably why I felt guided to do shame and guilt and abandonment today, and why it came up for me to let go of as well. And so that might be one of the reasons. And we love the moon. We love her. Okay. She's doing it for our benefit. And it can make you feel really tired. New moon energy, full moon energy, it can make you feel that way. Very emotional. The best thing to do when we're feeling these things is to do self-care. Like, that is so vitally important, especially because if you think about it, your inner children that we're talking about, they're also experiencing this. So even if you have a hard time with self-care, you're like, oh, like, I don't really need to take care of myself. Take care of them. Ask them what they need. Do you need a bath? You want me to do your hair? You want to lay down on the couch and watch a movie? Somebody said Encanto. I'm trying to go back up and see that. The movie Encanto brought up so much childhood trauma for me. Encanto is, I could see that. There's a lot of like difficult family dynamics there. Something I like to do when I need self-care is to watch like Disney movies that I used to watch when I was a kid, and like grab Lola and just like chill on the couch, right? Like being productive 24/7 is not always productive. So maybe if you're experiencing those. Oh, it's a Cancer moon. I didn't even realize it's a Cancer moon. We got emotions all over the place. Ask your inner children what they need. Okay. All right. And that's a gift you can give them today. And remember, it's okay to cry. It's okay to feel your feelings. I think a lot of times in spirituality, like if you're on a spiritual journey where like we have clawed our way out of a lot of anxiety and depression and just very deep dark holes. And sometimes we are very afraid to feel our feelings because we're like, I spent all this time and energy getting myself out of those holes. I am not going back. The thing is, you're not going to go back. Like, you have evolved into a new energy body, a new consciousness form. You have a whole new toolkit. You have to trust yourself. That goes back to like the work we were doing with our root chakra. Like, you have to trust that you have got you and that you're not going back to those spaces and those places, right? Use your discernment with that too, because everybody's on a different level on their journey. Okay, a different place in their journey. But for the most part, like you are like not that person that you were in the past, right? You gotta trust that you are taking care of yourself. That's how I feel that it holds me back. Yeah, that's something that, I mean, that's intense. Like, I've had to work through that too. Like, it is okay to feel our feelings and express them and have sad days. Just because I have a sad day for 1 or 2 days does not mean that's going to turn into 6 months and into a depression hole. And it's better for me to feel those and release them and just say, it's one of those days. It is okay. And then I release it. And then I'm okay. We are doing Reiki and light language to release shame and guilt and abandonment and fear. And we're working with our inner children. For anybody new that's popped in here. Yeah, lay down, take a nap. Sometimes the best thing you can do is go to sleep. And you feel better when you wake up. All right. So we are going to work on boundaries, right? So like I was talking about earlier, because I experienced a lot of abandonment in childhood and just kept on pulling relationships in like that because that's all I knew, and abandonment was safe. I know that sounds very like contradictory, but sometimes we gravitate towards trauma that we're used to because we know how to deal with it and we know what it looks like. And so we're going to work on everybody's boundaries and telling our inner children, like, we have got you. We are protecting you. We are not allowing relationships like that into our life anymore. We are pulling in what is in our highest alignment. When you are interacting with people, you need to think about your inner child. Is this person or this experience something that will make my inner child feel safe? And if it's a no, that's a good indicator that that's not in alignment with you and does not need to be in your reality, right? And so we have to literally be the protector for our inner children so that they feel safe to let us help them heal. So when you start having those people, or even your thoughts, like those thoughts that we have, like ruminating thoughts, is that something that I would say to my inner child or let somebody say to them? No, it is not. Like sometimes you gotta hold boundaries with self. Okay, like it's not always other people. Sometimes it's you with you. And so with these boundaries, we're telling our inner children, you are safe and you are protected. I am protecting you. Okay. And we can even think with source too, like if you want to say an affirmation, like I am divinely guided and protected and favored. I'm divinely guided, protected, favored. Yes, I'm finally guided, protected, and favored. This is sunstone. This is a new crystal that I just got. My inner child saw it and was like, ooh, I like that. So this helps with boundaries with other, boundaries with self. Sunstone. Okay. Sorry, I froze there for a second. Okay. And if you have a difficult time thinking of sometimes like, what should I do with my inner child? Like, I don't know what that's, you know, what would be fun. You can think of like, what are the things I wish I could have done? Or I could have experienced, and do that with them now. Like when I was a child, because I grew up in a religious household, nothing against religion, okay? Like I couldn't watch Harry Potter because I was evil, okay? And we won't get into like the ins and outs of that. But like that's something I can do now though. Like, oh, I wish I could have done that. Or watch Power Rangers. Like I wasn't allowed to watch Power Rangers either. Like I could do that now. And let that be very healing for both of us. All right. Let me I love dancing in the rain. That is so sweet. I love that. Okay, so we are, okay, here we go. So we're going to come in with some rose quartz, and we are just going to pour in so much unconditional love for our inner children, like giving them the biggest warm embrace and saying, we are here, we love you, we are protecting you, we don't want you to have to hold on to any shame, guilt, abandonment, fear. Like, release that. That is not your responsibility. I am here to help you heal. We're gonna do fun things together. We're gonna enjoy life together. Like, you release that, okay? When you start feeling those things, remember we have this gift that we gave to you earlier. This is your reminder of our connection and what we did in this healing space today, right? To release all these things. I wish there were more spiritual people in this area or groups. Sometimes light workers are spread out really far from one another, and so it's really important to find, even if it's online, like groups where you feel like safe and loved and like are validating your experience, especially if you're into very woo things. Okay, if that's you and you need some support, my friend Ray and I have a Facebook community. It's Journey to Awakening with Brittany and Ray, and there's a link in my bio. We would love to have you. It's a very fun community, very safe. You can practice your gifts on people in there. Like, we do lots of things like workshops and go live in there. We would love to have you in the community. Love, love, love. Like, it's very safe space for everybody and your inner children. So if your inner child wants to accept all of the unconditional love, the warm embrace, right? The feelings of groundedness, you can ask them if they want to accept. I think I'm on that page on Facebook. Yep. The link's up there in the bio will take you straight there, so you don't have to go searching for it. We're focusing on confidence and self-esteem for these 2 weeks, so we're putting in lots of resources for that. I made pigtail buns for my inner child just now. I love that. How sweet. I know that they love that as well. I can feel it. Okay. And I feel like they all enjoyed the beautiful flowers back here too. And remember, flowers can help heal your chakras as well. So like I said before, working like on an energetic level, like watching Reiki, light language, listening to affirmations, hanging out with your inner child, doing fun things, like those are so very beneficial, okay? But also the mindset, subconscious work is equally as important, right? Because we built all these neural networks up that keep all that stuff going, and we got to like detangle it from an energetic and mind level. Okay, so if you want to dive deeper in this and you need some help, like you've experienced a lot of trauma in your life and you need help releasing that, or maybe you have a lot of self-limiting beliefs that you feel are like keeping you from, going after your dreams, or, making you feel like scared to do that, or you don't know how to do that, I have a healing program that you can apply for in my bio. Those are things that I specialize in. Oh, Molly. A little chihuahua over there. When I found my power to create, my inner child did a little dance and had the biggest smile. Oh, yay! Oh, hey, Oriana. Hey. Self-limiting beliefs is my issue, and fear. Fear is a tough one. Fear can like create these big giant lenses over how we interact with people and our outer reality, and really like change like the decisions that we make in life and keep us from doing things. She does have allergies. Molly does have allergies. But fear is a tough one. So if you need some help with that and releasing, let me know. Sometimes we have to have somebody on an outsider perspective looking at our life and our situation, because we're so intermeshed in it, right? Like I've had so many people help me on my journey because we just don't understand the correlations of things, or we don't see the correlations, and we have to have somebody looking from an outside lens of like, oh, this caused this and this caused this and this caused this, right? Or give us resources or help and guidance to let them go. Very blessed for all the people that have helped me on my journey. That's why I decided to do this work full time. I've actually decided to do this since I was a little girl. My grandpa was like, what do you want to do when you grow up? And I was like, I want to be a psychologist and help people and help figure out my own stuff. I just want to be a successful Reiki practitioner, but I have self-limiting beliefs. Okay, yeah, reach out, and then we can talk about that. Like, I'm a Reiki practitioner. I can help you bust through some of those beliefs, because I guarantee that I've had some of those too. Before I got started, like when I started reading people's Akashic records and doing psychic spiritual work, let me tell you, that was like a whirlwind of self-limiting beliefs. So many that I had to bust through to be able to do the things that I do now. It's intense, especially if you want to be like in a metaphysical, like lifestyle. It's so still like on the fringe of society, and like we have things like capitalism, or like worry of like what other people are gonna say, or their perceptions of us, right? That like halt us on going after the things that we want to do and the life that we want to live. I'm attuned at master level and want to do energy healing full time. My major was psychology, but flunked out due to bad decisions back then. That's another one too. Like, I feel like there's so many people that want to do energy healing or like psychology type of work, and they're like, I don't have a certificate, or I don't have this and I don't have that. But that's a self-limiting belief. Just like not judgment or anything. It's one I've had too, because I was going to school for psychology to become a clinical psychologist and then change gears. It is not always a requirement. Like, a lot of times your life experience is what people need to help them heal and grow and thrive, right? I did psychology, and now I'm more interested in energy work. It's funny how like there's so many of us I find that like gravitate towards me, and just other people I know that are like a background in psychology or social work, and now they're like, I want to do energy healing. It's a lot more common than people think. But so self-limiting beliefs that get us like caught up, and they're like, oh, you can't do that. Right? Like, what is society gonna say? Or my parents? Or maybe I can't make money at that, or I don't have a certificate. There's a lot of beliefs around that. But again, like we said earlier, those are not your fault. It's literally things from your external environment that have been imposed on you. I'm just wanting to do healing magic. I love that. Healing magic. That's also why I changed my name. A lot of people in here knew me as Soul Harmony Healing, and now it's Soulharmonymagic, because like I love healing, right? But like I'm a mirror back to you. Like, you're healing yourself. I want you to feel like you are a magical being and I'm mirror reflecting back to you so you can do your own healing, if that makes sense. So I want people to feel like empowered that you have healing magic. It's not just me, it's everybody. Currently in a master's program to be a trauma therapist, but also practicing Reiki and crystal healing. Yay! I love that. And that's like, I'm so big on mindset work is so important, because we are human beings with brains and neural networking, right? But then we are also energetic, etheric, galactic, celestial beings that are energy bodies. And so it's important to find the balance between, right? It's kind of like the balance between like 3D and 5D. We don't have to get into that like super, but like we're human beings living like a 3D experience, but we're also like 5D and above beings, like living, ethereal lives. I do enjoy CBT also, yes. I have a certificate for Reiki Master, but I don't know how to build a website and gather clientele. Okay, yeah, if you want to reach out, I could definitely help you with that. It is something that I have literally lived and breathed the experience, and help get you, you know, like started in that journey. Sometimes you just need somebody to say you can do it. Like, to be honest with you, like, I like lots of different support that has come my way has been people just saying, I believe in you, I got you. But I needed to hear that, and I needed somebody to keep me accountable. Like, accountability is key. Like, we have so many like thoughts and ideas and things that we want to do, but we kind of just let them like backslide, and we don't do it because we don't have anybody, one, encouraging us or supporting us, especially if we didn't have that as a child, right? And we need somebody saying, did you do it? Did you do it? Well, why didn't you do it? Like I said, not a judgment thing. Like, same. Like, I have people in my life that keep me accountable for things and say, like, are you doing this? Well, why didn't you do that? Right? My hubby does that, and I'm unstoppable. I'm so thankful for him. I love that. Yes, especially when it's like your partner and they're just so like in your corner. Like, that's wonderful. What a blessing. What a gift. Okay, everyone. The replay of this is going to be up on YouTube. I am very honored and thankful for everybody coming to this healing space and all of your inner children. I want everybody to know they're the ones that brought you here today. Sorry, I froze. They're the ones that brought you here today. I was not actually intending to do inner child healing. I was intending to do more on like a conscious now level, but that's not what everybody needed. We need to uproot these things from our subconscious and help our inner children heal. So my inner child brought me here, and your inner children brought you here too. So we thank them very much for being brave and courageous and saying like, hey, let's go do this. I need this. Okay, I love these flowers. Not sure if they're daisies. I think they're daisies. I think so. So thank you to everyone's inner child for also like trusting me to work on your energy and coming to this space. It's not just me healing you, it's you healing me and us all healing each other. Like, we're all amplifying this with one another. You have healing magic as well, okay? And this is how we heal the collective, by coming together and doing these things together, right? Thank you, Brittany, for sending love and light to my inner child support. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. I'm so glad everybody was here today. This was fun. I know we were talking about some heavy stuff, but it was fun. This will be up on my YouTube channel later. And there's a link in my bio if you would like to go. I have tons of resources and videos on many different topics and Reiki and light language replays. If you follow me, I'll let you know when I do these in the future. I also do like oracle card pulls sometimes, and I do workshops. I did a workshop right before this one. If you want some help releasing these things on the mind level and energy level, like it's like you've gone as far as you can in your own journey and you need some extra love and support to help you detangle all these things and finally like let them go. Let me know. You can apply for my healing program. I also do readings as well. If you have any questions about any of the things I talked about, always feel free to reach out to me on Soulharmonymagic on my Instagram, and I'll voice note you back. I love voice noting and helping people where I can and give you resources. If you are a light worker, empath, starseed, and you need a community where you feel safe and loved and encouraged and supported, please feel free to join Ray and I's Facebook group. There's a link in my bio. It is Journey to Awakening with Brittany and Ray. We would absolutely love to have you in there. We have so many people in there right now. They're here live with us and we're building this beautiful community. I also have a Patreon, and we do lots of fun things in there. We do guided meditation, spiritual chat meets. We do Reiki in there as well, oracle card pulls, lots of fun things. We'd love to have you as well. I will be joining. Great. We will love to have everybody in the Facebook community and my Patreon if you would like as well. Nicole said it's awesome. Thank you, Nicole. We all need to cleanse, ground, and balance. It's like chiropractor for your energy circuit and aura. Yes, I love that. Do make sure when you get off of here that you do some type of grounding activity, because we were kind of like doing some like real deep energy healing, especially with your inner child. So maybe drink water. Actually, do drink water. Okay, not just maybe. Do drink water. It helps the energy release. Okay, it helps messages integrate. It's a new moon. And so we're releasing. The more water you drink, the more you can release. You can put your hands in cold water to ground. Go put your bare feet on the earth. Ask Mama Gaia to help you ground as well, okay? Do some jumping jacks if you want, or dance around. Grounding is so important, especially because it is a new moon, okay? In Cancer, bringing all these emotions to the forefront. Rest. If you need to rest today, take a nap. Your body says, I want to take a nap, take a nap. Whatever that you have can wait. There's so many things, deadlines, like all this stuff, right? Like whatever it is, it can wait. Take a 20-minute nap. Okay, you will feel so much better afterwards, okay? Remember to do something for your inner child today or tomorrow to help you connect with them. It can be in your mind, etherically. I'm going to color with mine today, like in a coloring book, right? And so this is helping you build trust and connect with them, okay? Oh yeah, it's been a very emotional time, but in a good way. Yeah. I'm at a point where I used to never want to feel my emotions, and I'm like, I don't have time to cry, and now I'm like, please. Like sometimes those emotional releases from crying, like bring it on, please. Like thank goodness, because sometimes that's the only way you can release is to like literally cry it out and feel those emotions, right? I would suggest a salt bath. Thank you, that is beautiful. Yes, we love salt baths. Salt baths are incredible. So salt baths, like you put salt and you ask the water to take away anything that is no longer serving you, help take away people's energy that you've like latched onto you, help you process your emotions. Like ask the water and the salt to do that for you, and it will. Going to watch a Disney movie and snuggle with my new stuffies. Yay! That's so exciting. I love that. Yes, maybe I'll do that too and watch a Disney movie this evening. I watched Robin Hood the other day. I was trying to do some work, and I was so frustrated, like so frustrated, and I was forcing myself to do it, and my inner child was like, please stop, like please stop, this is making all of us miserable, like you're not doing anything right now, you're just making yourself upset. And I said, you know what, you're right, thank you. I said, let's watch Robin Hood, and I watched it, and then I felt so much better, and then I did all the work I needed to do the next day, and I wasn't in that frustration bubble mindset, right? I do this after work to cleanse, a salt bath. Oh yeah, I need to make that video. I'm going to make a video about spiritual showers after I get off here. Thank you for that reminder about for empaths and light workers. Okay, everybody, I hope you have a wonderful, magical new moon evening and day tomorrow. Again, thank you for connecting with your inner child and letting me connect with them as well in my inner child. I appreciate very much. If you need anything or you want to do one-on-one work, link in my bio. If you're watching this on YouTube, remember to subscribe for more Reiki and light language sessions and workshops, and to like and comment because it helps more people be able to enjoy. Sending everybody a big hug and a lot of magic, and I will see you next time. Bye.